Have you seen the new Warhammer trailer? No, I have not. Do you mind if I take a look at it super quick, chat?
Varax and Kadaku. I'll be straight with you, Titus. Avara statement. There could be questions. Will that be a problem?
The original was pretty good, right? I heard a lot of people say the original was pretty good. I never played it.
No. My pledge is eternal. Xenos inbound!
Wow, that is a lot of dudes down there.
Eviscerate this abomination! Come forth!
Oh, I understand the comparison based on looking at it, but this does not play like Gears of War. If anything, it plays more like God of War. In the original, you look like this huge hulking dude, but Astartes can run at like 80 miles an hour. You're basically just like backflip cleaving your way through a bunch of guys. It's not like cover shooting.
Let them be slaughtered.
A huge selling point of it was don't use chest-high walls for cover, you are the cover. Yeah, because it literally came out, the original one, when Gears of War was a big thing, right? So, like, yeah, that makes sense. And also, it's pretty lore-fitting, considering that, yeah, you're a space marine. That fits. Yes, Alien Eyebrow.
Open the gates.
God damn.
Slay more Xenos for the Chiron. I thought a piece of that statue would offer more sport. Hold them back, damn it! For Ultramar! For the Emperor!
Can they stop giving us soy fucking Ultramarines and give us, like, a salamander or something? That's pretty dope. I don't know, Nikolai Prime. It's up to you. That's true, Fefala. I'm still having a hard time not comparing it to Gears. It really, I promise you, if this one plays like the first one, it literally does not play like Gears of War. Also, keep in mind, Gears of War kind of ripped off Warhammer. Like, to be clear, the whole gigantic ultra-armored power armor brick of a dude with a primary weapon that is a chainsaw, like, they were heavily inspired by Warhammer. And that's being charitable, as opposed to, like, blatantly ripped off. Why is it always Ultramarines? They're just considered the default. Yeah, I've seen Astartes on YouTube. How long will it take me to memorize all Warhammer lore? Well, considering the fact that they keep updating it forever, I think. This looks really good. This will mean this is like now the premier anti-Tyranid game after Space Hulk, right? But I don't think I wasn't that taken by Space Hulk. So this will now be like, if it's good, the best like mowing down Tyranid game. You could basically for StarCraft fans, just pretend that you're Tychus and it's the Zerg, because StarCraft ripped off Warhammer. So that's basically what's happening. That, like, literally, the default color for the Marines is blue in StarCraft 1. The Tyranid inspired the Zerg. It's all together. It's all fitting. It's all here. Everything ripped off Warhammer, and Warhammer ripped off Dune. So, you know. Is it true the Warhammer fan base is very fashy? Actually, I really feel like over the past 10 years, there's been this huge shift where before, like, yes, but now Games Workshop, which is still a terrible company, has said some pretty direct anti-fascist stuff, and there are a lot of fans who are mad about it, but in my experience, the fascists usually, like, know about Warhammer and appropriate its imagery, but don't actually play it. Like, if you go to a tabletop shop, you'll probably find a trans girl, basically. But if you go online and find imagery of, like, the Emperor or whatever, it'll be used by a Trump supporter. So it's like the iconography of Warhammer is really popular with fascists, but the actual community, I think, is getting increasingly progressive. Didn't Dune rip off Starship Troopers? No, wait, when did the book for Starship Troopers come? No, there's no way Dune ripped off anything. Dune is too fucking weird to have ripped off anything. Dune is a coke-addled stream of consciousness from an extremely sexist man. It's also too long. Dune ripped off real life. I've not read Red Mars. You like the new Dune movie? Yeah, I thought it was great. Dune is to sci-fi what Lord of the Rings was to fantasy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, wouldn't Dune be more science fantasy than science fiction? No, whatever. Have I ever read Dune or its sequels? I've read the first Dune book. But I want to read the whole thing. Starship Troopers was 59? Huh. You know, the original Starship Troopers was not a critique of fascism the way the movie was. The book is like a direct, like, adulation, you know, I wouldn't say the original book is, like, fascist, but it's like, well, yeah. It's the same with, Dr. Strangelove. The Dr. Strangelove movie is one of the best satires of paranoid militarism in existence, in my opinion. But the original book that it's based on was a thriller about a rogue unit of U.S. soldiers dropping the nuke and ending the world. But then in making the movie, they were like, this is actually phenomenal parody shit. You know, this is actually incredible parody material if you read this properly. Which they did. The movie's great. Dr. Strangelove? Yeah. Thoughts on Ender's Game? Man, as much as I loved it as a kid, Ender's Game, like, misses pretty bad on the reread, I feel like. And I mean that, by the way. I've read that. I loved that book when I was younger. In retrospect, there's a lot of social conservatism I don't care for. But more than that. It's more than that. It's not just that. I think the Bean books, the side series of stories about Bean, his lieutenant, Ender's lieutenant, is better than the Ender's Game story moving forward. Because I read the whole thing. I read like 8 books on the whole thing. The Bean, yeah, Ender's Shadow. Thank you. Yeah, the Ender's Shadow books were a lot better. No, I never read the Narnia books. Ender's Game comes off a little bit juvenile to me in retrospect, like a little bit. I am a kid. This is my kid's understanding of some of these larger issues. I feel like the Ender's Shadow games got a lot better. Like, considerably, even, in my opinion. The Flood solos 40K's verse, sorry not sorry. Probably everything but Chaos? The power levels in Halo are a lot higher than the power levels in Warhammer, because in Halo they were going to wipe out the galaxy, and in Warhammer they're fighting over the galaxy. But the Chaos Gods, I don't think there's nothing in the Halo, you know, canon that can deal with the divine. I don't think so. Flood can? I don't think Flood can. Speaker for the Dead was better than Ender's Game IMO. It was better. It was better.